So Thinxtra, if you know Telstra is for telephones. Thinxtra is for things, Internet of Things. So we're building a network for connecting things. So thank you, Flavia. She explained what is the Internet of Things. So before we can see that it's going to be the next big thing, connecting plenty of things. But most of the things, in fact, don't need to send much data. We're about connecting what we call the Internet of Small Things. The things that don't need so much data, it's 90% of the business. Look at that technology. That is tech. Yeah, of course, we're a tech company, so we have to do that joke. So yeah, when you send small data, it's about a door being open or closed, an envelope being open, a geolocation of small devices. And all those devices, in fact, don't send much data. Water metering, just an index. So to connect that, you just need a simple network. So you have your things. It could be a water meter, and I'll give you some examples of those. And you need a network, and that's what we're doing. We're building that network on the Sigfox technology here in Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong. So if we look more in details, that kind of technology we'll call fit for IoT, fit for Internet of Things. Technology called Sigfox. What's great, very long distance. You have small devices can connect up to 50 kilometers away. In fact, we did some tests, we managed to get 1,200 kilometers from one point. So just imagine at home you have a router, you get 100 meters connection. Here you have a router pretty much the same size, and you get 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers, with 212 in New Zealand, 1,200 in Europe. Connectivity only costs $2 a year. So if you compare that to your 3G mobile phone plan, at best you get $10 per month. Here, $2 per year. Very small power consumption. Around 100 times less power consuming than your mobile phone. So that means a device that size could have a battery that lasts 5 years. Water meter with a small battery but slightly bigger, you get around 12 to 15 years battery life. Of course, very secure. We always talk about security. It's a big thing. We have a network operations center, and we're doing national coverage. We're a full ecosystem of partners. We have around 309 in Australia and New Zealand, developing solution for that network. And free start means that you can connect to pretty much any platform. So when we say any platform, I think there's around 450 different platforms in IoT fields. The biggest one may be Microsoft Azure. I should mention Amazon Web Services. But they're a partner. But still, yeah, we can interface to whatever platform you want to get your data to. And so Thinxtra, we manage pretty much that whole ecosystem of partners, that whole puzzle which is IoT, to make sure that we make IoT a reality, that we can connect not just everything, but anything, and in a very simple manner. So just quickly some examples. So pretty much when we say about connecting, where do you connect? Pretty much any market fits for connecting things. So look at agriculture, and you're going to like that, Flavia. So we're connecting soil moisture, but look at that, connecting cars. You can do that. Just imagine, I mean, that kind of device costs around $100, will last around 10 years, and will cost around $20. And that's why you can connect any cars now. And monitoring silos, just some examples, but plenty more. Because cities, we always talk about bins, but only a few bins are connected. Now we can connect any bins. We can connect any parking spot. We can connect any light, any street light. And at the moment, the project we see are always usually the main street light, because after that, it's too expensive. And when you do that, that means you can do a lot of predictive analytics when it's going to fail. But for about any lights or any bins, you can organize really the route. So there's so many things that can be done in industry, connecting all the, connecting any workers. I won't go into detail. So Thinxtra today, what we do now, we're building 3 networks, pretty much nearly finished. We'll be finished in 6 months' time. We have 1.8 million connection already on the network, and we started 18 months ago. We have 50 million connection in the pipeline just for Australia and New Zealand. 200 plus partners, in fact we have 300 now, so I should get that. We raised $31 million in the space of a year. $31 million. $10 million from the government, Australian government. That was maybe the hardest part. And now we have 38 team members and plus 5 board directors. But one last thing, yeah, I couldn't resist to do that one. My mentor is Steve Jobs. We are now building our own range of products. So we're not just doing a network, but when you see those things, not that sexy. We say, well, why not doing our own thing? So now I've built our capacity in Hong Kong, and we're starting shipping products from there. So when those products before were around $200, now we can make them for $20 and ship them everywhere in the world. And the first order we got was for 100,000 units. And strangely from a French company.